Welcome back to Tech Headlines Today. It's episode number 14. Please subscribe or follow if you haven't yet. It really helps us out. Now let's get into it. Google patches actively exploited Chrome zero-day vulnerability. Google Chrome patched a zero-day vulnerability that was reported by Google's own threat analysis group. Google has patched 16 similar vulnerabilities in Chrome so far this year, but this is the first zero-day vulnerability to be patched. Google says that Chrome version 98.0.4758.102 is rolling out now for Windows, Mac, and Linux on both the stable and extended stable release channels. The update should reach all devices over the coming days and weeks. Chrome users can also update manually. It isn't just about authentication access anymore. Permit.io, the startup focusing on permission control for cloud-native applications, launches out of stealth with 6 million. Permit.io, a platform helping developers apply access control into cloud-native applications, raised $6 million in seed funding from venture capital firm NFX. Many well-known angel investors also participated in the financing round. All modern applications need to have an access control interface, but broken access control is the most serious web application security risk. Permit.io is a service that focuses on the next step, the determination of what users are allowed to do. Permit.io provides the necessary infrastructure needed for authorization and is built on top of Opal, an open source project that acts as the administration layer for the Open Policy Agent. Permit.io and Opal were founded by Or Weiss and Asaf Cohen and raised $6 million in funding to help grow their team and support open source projects. Ford makes it easier to 3D print accessories for its Maverick pickup. Ford is releasing 3D files to help you 3D print add-ons for the Maverick hybrid pickup truck. However, the company is still happy to sell its pre-made fits accessories. As design manager Scott Anderson told Newsweek, however, the 3D printing support represents a pretty big shift in Ford's attitude towards users. It's an acknowledgement that do-it-yourself accessory making is on the rise, and that customizing a vehicle can include more than just performance tuning or cosmetics. What Ford loses in accessory sales, it might gain in loyal fans who buy the brand's vehicles again. Heat sensor allows robots to mimic human reactions to extreme heat. A new robotic sensor that can be triggered by heat has been developed, which could pave the way for new types of robots. The wireless, Wi-Fi enabled sensor could be used in space exploration, surgical procedures, and even creating thermosensitive soft robots in the near future. Alexander Ko-Abad said robots could act like humans in search and rescue, industrial applications, and space exploration. When vision is impaired, haptic perception is the natural recourse and provides a highly detailed visual 3D topography of any surface. Researchers created a low-cost version of a gel sight sensor using a cosmetic pad that costs just €1. Fortnite introduces robust gyro aiming and flick stick controls. The latest Fortnite update introduces gyro aiming and flick stick controls, which have already been available on the Android and Switch. As the video in the article shows, gyro aiming allows you to aim within the game while moving. Gyro aiming and flick stick are adjustable in the settings, however flick stick cannot be used unless gyro aiming is also enabled. Epic recommends players new to gyro controls don't adjust any settings when it's first enabled, and leave flick stick disabled while learning. Experienced gyro players are recommended to change the setting to always and then bind another input to disable it when required. It's also worth noting that gyro aiming automatically disables aim assist in the game. Marine charged with cyber stalking. A serving member of the United States Marine Corps has been charged with cyber stalking young women in California. Lance Corporal Joao Miguel Chavarri allegedly posed as a married underwater welder from New York City to stalk at least 6 victims and threaten them into sharing personal compromising images and video content with him. Chavarri is accused of demanding nude pictures, sexually explicit videos and images, and pictures of his alleged victims' feet. According to the complaint, Chavarri told multiple victims that he would publish the photos and videos of them online or upload them to well-known pornography websites unless they complied with his demands. Chavarri is also accused of threatening to disseminate compromising images of his victims to the victims' romantic partners, friends, families, or employers, whom he would often identify by name. The court released Chavarri on a bond of $30,000. The terms of his release include location monitoring and travel restrictions. Chavarri's arraignment is scheduled for March 8th. If convicted of cyberstalking, he could serve a maximum sentence of 5 years in federal prison. Facebook renames its newsfeed to just Feed. The Facebook newsfeed will now be known as Feed instead of Newsfeed. Facebook has also announced that it is launching Facebook News in France. Facebook News is a new tab on Facebook in the bookmarks section, which will give people a dedicated space to seek out stories that matter the most to them. France's Facebook News will be curated by an independent team of journalists just to make sure it reflects the broad variety of content people see as they scroll. We've had this change planned for some time. This is not related to the News tab announcement in France, a Facebook spokesperson told TechCrunch. Got 450,000? Virgin Galactic to open spaceflight ticket sales this week. Virgin Galactic will open space travel reservations tomorrow after last year's delay. Virgin Galactic is accepting signups for space flights for $450,000 and will require a $150,000 deposit. This includes spacesuit and boots. Virgin Galactic's 4-passenger space flights will last around 90 minutes and include weightlessness and views of Earth. The company has not set a date for this first flight. The company completed its first crewed mission last July. Meet Chrome OS Flex, Google's new weapon for desktop domination. Google's Chrome OS platform has come a ridiculously long way in an incredibly short time. Back when it was launched in 2010, OS truly was just a browser in a box. A dead simple operating system designed to act as a portal to the web and not much more. The software had no desktop, no taskbar, and barely even anything in the way of settings. It was essentially just a full-screen browser window, and that was it. Fast forward to 2022, and Chrome OS is a fully featured and impressively polished computing solution. Between the platform's ongoing expansion and the rapid evolution in how we all use computers, Chromebooks are now a genuinely practical and often advantageous option for business, personal, and education-related use. A new program called Chrome OS Flex makes it easy to convert Windows or Mac systems into a Chrome OS device. Chrome OS Flex is a Chrome OS-like environment for old computers, created by Cloud Ready, a third-party software setup. The Google Cloud Ready setup was brilliant, but it had some limitations. It couldn't play video from Netflix, Google Drive and Maps didn't work as expected, and it didn't have Power Wash. Google bought the company behind Cloud Ready in December of 2020, and the result is Chrome OS Flex, which can be loaded onto any old Windows or Mac system in a matter of minutes. Chrome OS Flex lets you use your Windows or Mac system like a Chromebook without any costs or commitments. Twitter launches beta test of anti-abuse tool Safety Mode and adds prompts to enable it. Twitter is broadening access to a feature called Safety Mode, designed to give users a set of tools to defend themselves against the toxicity and abuse that is still far too often a problem on its platform. First introduced to a small group of testers last September, Safety Mode will today launch into beta for more users across English-speaking markets, including the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, Ireland, and New Zealand. Safety Mode, which is automatically enabled for 7 days, blocks accounts which are replying to the original poster with harmful language or sending uninvited, repetitive replies. Twitter learned people want more help identifying when an attack may be getting underway, so it now prompts them to enable the feature when it detects potentially harmful or uninvited replies. Twitter has rolled out Safety Mode to 750 users in the selected markets, and users are invited to give feedback on this beta version. Intel to buy Israel's Tower Semiconductor for $4.5 billion to bolster foundry business. Intel will pay $5.4 billion for Tower Semiconductor, which makes analog chips used in power management systems and image sensors. Intel acquired Tower Semiconductor to expand its foundry business into radio frequency units, industrial sensors, car battery systems, and other specialty fields. Tower Semiconductor has several high-growth markets, including mobile computing and the automotive industry. Their products can help Intel meet the growing demand for semiconductors amid the ongoing chip shortage. The merger is expected to take a year to complete. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Tech Headlines Today, your source for top tech headlines. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.